Hello, this is Carolyn from Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and this will be my third video on the construction and creation of the Patchwork of Our Lives journal, and it's being made from the Quilted Cottage digital kit for My Porch Prints. I did an introductory video where I explained what I was going to do, and my idea in this is to have just sayings and verses and things that relate to how our experiences in our lives and the people that we meet along the way create the person that we are today. That's where I came up with the idea of patchwork of our lives, since this is a quilt pattern. You saw the previous video where I showed how I made the cover, created the cover out of I believe it was a Ritz cracker box, and I've gotten it this far where I'm going to take this lace and somehow use it as a closure for the journal when it's finished. And I wanted to do a hidden spine, and I'm going to attempt to explain to you how my mind has come up with the idea of how to do it. It's pretty basic. There are many other videos on how to create a hidden spine, but I'm just going to go through this with you and tell you my ideas. What I'm going to do is completely put this journal together, and then I'm going to use various inserts that we will create on the side and then glue into the journal. I thought that might be a little more interesting if I have different elements that I just will create on the side and then take it and glue it into the journal as we go through. And what I need to do here now, I have the inside, front and back covers, the papers selected, and I think I showed you that before. So this will cover up where this fabric wraps inside here. What I have to do before that is create the hidden spine where I can attach the two signatures to. I'll sew them to the inside and then glue it to the outside of the journal. So what I did was I selected this background because whenever you put it in the journal, you want to have a some pattern or something inside here, because when you put your two signatures in, it's going to show just on the inside here, right in here. So what I did was I took it and I marked it where the fold is in the cover, here and here, and it's a little hard to see because it's on this pattern paper. And then I took a paper, which I think maybe that's what fell on the floor a while ago. Just a second. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found it. Don't you hate that when you think you're all ready? And I heard something fall on the floor a while ago, and it was this little piece of paper. All I did was take some cardstock and cut it approximately the width of this spine right here. And I folded it in half. Okay. Then I measured so that the holes would be equal distance from the sides and still have this room in the center. So what I did was, when I came to this width right here, I measured in 5/8 inch and 5/8 inch. Now it's going to depend on the size of your spine. My spine is 2 1/4 inches. So anyway, that's what I did, and I marked it 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the bottom, and in the center for each signature. Then I took the signatures and I opened them up, and I took this same paper where I had marked where I had the holes, these 3 lines on here, and I took this to the center of each of the signatures, and I marked the 3 holes here. So this is where we will poke our holes through to attach to this paper, which will then glue to the spine and the outside covers of the journal. And I hope I've explained that. It's pretty common what is done there. So, and then what you want to do is you want to have your piece of paper right where the spine is. And then what we're going to do is come out just a tiny bit and then come over to the edge on both sides. So I've marked this. I measured down, let's see, I don't know how far I measured down, but anyway, I measured down the same distance on each side from the top and the bottom. Here's the 2 points, and I'm going to cut this right across here and here. And then I'll take these pieces over here and cut the same on the other side. So let me go ahead and do that. I have not ever done this before, so just bear with me while I'm doing this. So we'll take this piece here and we'll turn it over and we'll cut the same shape on the other side. This is basically what you do when you're making a tag. Then I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. Take this piece, turn it over like this, and cut this other side. Okay, so we have our piece that goes right here. Our books will be attached to this piece, and then we'll glue the whole thing down into the journal. So, and then our back and front covers will come here, and this will show. So I'm going to have the pages inked, so I want to just ink the edges of this little bit that's going to show just on the ends. Okay. Now, I guess the next thing I'll do is poke the holes, and I need to move, let's see, move this out of the way. And I'll just put this Post-it note under there so I have something to poke through without hurting my table. And we'll just poke these holes. This is where we're going to tie in our journal pages, the 2 signatures. I can't see these at the bottom, just a minute. Oh, there they are. It's hard to see on the pattern paper. Okay, now we've got those holes punched. Now we want to do these in the journal. And I've got these journal pages. I'm going to going to use some clips here to hold these in place so they don't move. I should have inked all the pages before, but I didn't, so I'll go and do that on the side. So I have these places marked. I'm sorry, I'm fiddling around here a minute. I've not done this before. Okay, where are they marked? Okay, there's one. So I'm just going to poke this hole and hopefully it will come out straight out through the side here. And there's one here. If I do this wrong, I'll just go off and figure out what to do. Okay, there's the 3 holes on that one. And we're going to do this other one. There's one. There's the second one. There's the third one. Okay. Now we have this piece that's going to go in the book, and we're going to fasten these to it. So I'm going to do the back one first. And I have this kind of wax thread that I'm going to use. I want to cut it plenty long because I think I want some dangles out the bottom maybe. And I have this nice big tapestry needle that I use. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going to go in here and here. And then I'll go in this hole. And this hole in our signature. Okay. And then I'm going to go through this hole and this hole here. Oh, I did something wrong, just a minute. Let me pause. Okay, I apologize, I did that wrong. I go in the center hole first. Then I'm gonna go through the top hole. I'm sorry about that. I get a little dyslexic from time to time, and this is what it's going to take to make it come out right. Go through the center hole first, then the top hole, then the bottom hole, and then come back up through the center. And when you come up through the center, you want to have these threads that are here, one on one side of this and one on the other, like this. You want to pull this tight so we have it attached to our invisible spine that's going to be glued into the book. And once this is nice and tight, I'm going to tie a knot. And I'm going to leave these strings here so that I can put some charms on there. Now we've got the first the back signature fastened in here. So our book will lay open like this, and we'll have our signature decorated. So you get the idea with that. I'm going to go ahead and fasten in the front one, and then I'll come back. Okay, so that made me kind of nervous, but it worked out just fine. Here is our spine that we're going to glue into the book. And these are our two signatures. And they're all fastened in with the string hanging down inside. So I left room in the center, a double wide space in the center, a single wide space on the outside to accommodate for the thickness of the journals. While I was off camera, I went ahead and scored where this is going to bend. Hopefully I have it in the right place. Where this is going to bend inside our cover. Okay, let's bring the cover over here. There's the front. This is right side up. And we're going to take this and glue it right in to our cover. All this spine will have extra glue on it, and then I'll probably glue that first, and then I'll come back and do the sides. So this is going to have to be placed just right in here so that these folds are where the front and back cover fold, and equal distance from the top and the bottom, with this just about 1/8 of an inch, I think. So I'm going to put glue here, and I'm going to put glue here, and press this down, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have this spine glued in, lined it up from on the line of the fold here, and then also from top to bottom. We got everything in there straight. It's a miracle. I've not done this before, and that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to glue down the back side to hold it in nice and firm. I used Fabri-Tac because I can move things around a little bit more, and I was actually gluing to a little bit of fabric, and I did not want to use the water-based glue. So there's that one, and we'll bend our page up. Make sure that's going to work. Okay, and now let's do the other side. Trying to keep my sleeve out of this too. I wore long sleeves today for a purpose, and I'll show you if I don't forget. Okay, put this one down on this side. Bring our cover up. Work that into the fold there. So there's our two signatures put into the book, you can see. And nothing shows on the outside, that's the hidden spine. And now I want to put the front and back covers in. And I am going to ink those before I put them in. And round the corners. This corner rounder has 3 different sizes. I'm using the smallest one. And I will go through here and round all of these corners and ink these pages, which I should have done before I put it together, but that's okay. I was in the mood to get it put together today. I usually, you know, decorate my pages and then put the journal together. But I saw someone else do it this way on a video, and I thought it would be a lot more interesting if I create fold-outs and things that will fit in this journal on the side. Do like 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, different designs, and then pick a page to glue them on, and we'll do our journal that way. So these are just going to be glued in to the front and back. And so let me get my Fabri-Tac out again. Since we're gluing to this fabric, I think it'll work better. It also doesn't warp the paper. So just look at where your fold is. The fold is right here, and bring this in equal distance from the top and the sides. And that will make our inside front cover. And I'll do the same thing on the back. I tell you, I've learned so much from YouTube videos and sharing on the different pages on Facebook, looking on Pinterest for links to things. It's just made all the difference in the world in the learning. And I have certain designers that I like the best. I keep finding new ones that I like too, but they have excellent videos to go with their kits that give you ideas. But then I like to, once I learned how to do things, I wanted to create my own designs. Okay, so here's our journal. And this is gonna wrap around. If I don't like it wrapped around, I'll cut it off and do a different closure, but I think I'm gonna like this lace. After this is all full and bulging, then I can have this lace with some ribbon on it and wrap it around and tie it. So then our journal will open. Here's our inside front cover. Here's our whole first signature that we're gonna decorate. Here's our whole second signature that we'll decorate, and our inside back cover. So that's all I'm going to show you today. I think, wow, that's a good start. I'm going to pick a project. I saw something the other day that I think I want to try, and so what I'll do is I'll pick that project. We'll do one on camera, and I'll do a couple of other designs with the same format, and then I'll pick a page to glue it down on as a pocket or a flip out or whatever it is that I'm using. Plus, in this kit there are pockets and things to use, but we'll use the embellishments and our papers and everything to decorate this. I have lots of lace and fabrics and different things picked out that I think will go in here. I have some green I'm going to use the hand-dyed lace, and also this lace that I got from Amazon, cotton lace. And who knows what else, because as I get going, I'll think about buttons or charms. I have some sewing charms that I know I'm going to get out and use. So that's it for today. And I had to wear long sleeves today because my dog, I have a standard poodle, and he's a wonderful dog, but he keeps wounding me. He doesn't mean to, but he's reactive and he leaps at things. And the other day I was outside, and I ride on a scooter sometimes to not have to walk quite so much. And I had him on this he'd come around to this side, and I had a hold of his leash, and he saw a jogger go by. And he lurched at her and caught my arm on the handlebars of my scooter. And I did not let go of him because I didn't want him chasing her. Well, I ended up with bruises here, all this here, and up here, and I still have a lump here. So I didn't want to go in church this morning with all these bruises like somebody had beat me up. But I love my dog, but I was really mad at him that day for hurting me like that. I'm working on it to teach him, but I'm not hurt. I'm okay. It doesn't hurt like a broken bone or anything. It just hurts like a bruise, so it's not too bad. It looks worse than it is. But I'm excited about this. This is going to be beautiful, and I will pick out some sayings and look up some poems and things that'll fit with the theme in here. I may add some more decorations on this cover as I go through. I know I'll put some sparkles and stuff here and there. And some torn lace and different things. I have so many beautiful pieces that I can use in here. So I hope you'll remember that every day is a gift, and always look for the joy in each day and share it with everyone you meet along the way. I don't know what I'll do with this. I may keep this journal, or I may have a special friend that will come to mind after I get this finished that I want to really give something thoughtful and wonderful to, and this will be a gift. So I hope you'll enjoy this and come back and watch the next in the series. Like I said, this is the third video, and if you haven't seen the first two, you can either go back in my channel and look at them, or I'll put a link in the description below so you can go to the introduction and the cover, and then this will be the assembly of the journal video with the hidden spine. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. I'll be back before you know it. I'll see you soon.